Alrighty, so I've been instructed to inform all of you that we are recording this session, so please be aware that we are doing that, and we also publish all of these recorded sessions up on YouTube, so one can go back and review them and remind yourself of what was said or discussed. So there's a history of all these sessions up on YouTube. You can find them under Trade Fair.africa on YouTube. So you can work your way back through if you want to, and pick up on the threads and discussions and the explanations that have been made so far. But let's get going with today, and yeah, maybe let's start with our newbie. So Nicole, you're the new one on today. Love to find out a little bit more about you and what you've been told about us and the trade fair, and any thoughts or questions you might have to kick off the session.
Okay, so basically, I asked Tanya if I could just join in today just to gather a little bit more information. She did send through the YouTube link as well as the PowerPoint presentation. But, from my point of view, I sort of want to understand. I've never heard of this virtual, the trade expo. So if I can just get more information. So I'm in sales. I work for, used to, for now just at home, obviously. But I work for Trade Fair.africa Hotel. I'm the sales manager there. I've been there for 8 years. So yeah, being at home, doing nothing, I need to do something. And that's when Tanya forwarded this on to me. And I just thought to look into it, just as something to keep busy and learn about.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I see Trevor's wagging his finger at me. Yeah, Trevor, go for it.
What do you mean used to?
No, so I just say used to because I'm presently obviously at home. I'm still employed by the company, but it's just that I'm not actively there at the moment.
All right. I just wanted to understand if there was something that just collapsed as a result of this.
No. So still employed, but obviously we're waiting to see what happens in terms of, the government and the different levels and when we can actually go back to being operational.
Which hotel is that again?
It's Trade Fair.africa Hotel. It's in the south of Johannesburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Ivan, I was concerned.
No, look, I think it's interesting. I mean, what was their core market? I mean, where did they get most of their guests from?
So a lot of our guests were basically referral guests, and a lot of our market was the corporate market. So that's, our strongest point. So Trade is very dynamic in that it's not just accommodation rooms. You've got your conferencing, you've got your weddings, we've got, we celebrate all sorts of special events, private events, as well as our restaurant that we've got on site. So it's very dynamic in its offerings, but our core of our business was corporate business, and a lot of that business was repeat business.
So what's the feeling coming from management? Are you getting any sort of interaction in terms of the thinking, where they're going, are they just sitting, waiting and hoping at the moment, or are they being proactive?
No, so I think at this stage, it's just sort of a waiting game as to when we can look at opening up. When they initially said we could open up the restaurant to do deliveries, we looked into it, but it wasn't something that was viable for us at the moment because it's not our business, and it's entering a different market. So they basically, management decided that they would hold off and rather hold onto the reputation of the business than to try something and not do it properly.
Yeah.
So at this stage, it's literally just a waiting game to see when we'll be able to open up again.
Okay, well, interesting. Brave decision, I think, but be interesting to see how it pans out for them. Okay, great. Yeah. All right, that's fantastic. So who shall we put on the spot this morning? Maybe we must put Irene on the spot for a change. Irene, you're muted as well.
Good afternoon.
How's it, Irene? So Nicole wants to know what all this trade fair stuff is about. Who are we? What do we do? Why are we doing it? So maybe you can tell her from your perspective.
Yeah, sure, no problem, Ivan. Nicole, the Trade Fair is basically, it's a virtual platform that is open to basically everyone and everyone. It's a platform where businesses basically get to exhibit, but on basically online, which is virtual, that's why it's called Virtual Trade Fair Africa. You can because a lot of why we've gone virtual is because of the aspect of the physical contact and things like that. So things going forward are going to change, and businesses need a platform where they can still basically exhibit, if you want to put it that way, and market their products and services on the specific platform. And that's why the virtual trade fair was basically launched. The pricing and everything is fantastic if you compare it to what an actual exhibition would cost you if you were to exhibit at an exhibition. I would even say the pricing is quarter of what it can actually cost you. We've got two packages that are basically available to all exhibitors. On the first package, that was going for 17,500 Rand, which was before. If you book now early on the early bird rate, it goes down to 13,000 Rand. And then the second package is also you move over to a virtual mall where you get exposure for 365 days after the event. Also, if you sign up, you get 250 tickets, which you can invite people to come and visit you at the actual show. And the value of that is also around about 37,000 Rand. So the value to what you're getting to what you're paying as to what you would normally get at an actual expo, eliminating the physical aspect of it, is a lot more. It not only basically presents itself on a local platform, but also on a very much a global platform. And that's pretty much putting it in a nutshell for you.
Great, thanks, Irene. So, Nicole, does that give you some insights, and does it raise any questions?
No, it does. So I think when I went through the PowerPoint presentation, I think I just wanted to get an understanding in terms of who the target market is. So from Irene's, explanation, I gather that it's pretty much open to every single business out there.
Yes, it pretty much is, and definitely, as I said, it's not just on the local. It is global. So anybody and everybody is welcome to come on board to exhibit as a visitor, and the exposure is unlimited, and your return on investment is a lot more than what you would actually get at being at a physical expo.
Okay, awesome.
Great. Yeah, I think so. The approach we've taken, Nicole, is we want to be as inclusive as we can, and certainly in this first pilot operation, because it is a first for us, certainly locally, and I think it's probably a first, nationally, if not in Africa, with this kind of concept. I mean, there are other people doing virtual trade fairs, but they tend to be modeled along the lines of your traditional trade fairs, which is very much in a vertical. So, in a vertical, I'm sure you're familiar with that from the industry that you're coming from. So we've said, no, we believe the technology enables us to invite all sizes of businesses, all types of businesses, and then have them categorized within the platform. So if people want to visit a specific vertical within the platform, they can go and, go and drill down into, homewares or motor vehicles or, health and safety or whatever it is. And so you've got these vertical elements within the scope of a much broader environment where we can be a lot more inclusive. So I think that's where we're hoping to differentiate ourselves a little bit from the traditional and from some of the other ones that are happening, out and about at the moment. And I also believe that our pricing is extremely competitive by comparison to some of the, the sort of more themed virtual trade fairs and shows that are happening at the moment. And I'd just like to pick up on that pricing. I think, Irene, you perhaps got a little bit crossed over between the two pricing elements there. The entry-level pricing for just the trade show, which is the 19th to the 22nd of June. The early bird special is 7,500 Rand. That early bird special expires on the 5th of June, and the price will then go back to full retail, which is 17,500. And then the full package, which is early bird special, 13,500, which gives you the trade fair and 12 months into the virtual mall, and there are lots of other benefits we can chat about as well. That's 13,500 on the early bird special, and the full price after the 5th of June will be 31,000. So those are the two pricing levels currently in the system at the moment. So big advantage to get in early, to get set up and get going. So massive discounts there for people that move early. And obviously, if they move a little bit later, you know, the pressure on everybody to get things up and running for the launch date of the 19th becomes significant, and that's why the early bird special is expiring on the 5th.
Okay.
So Ivan, you can see my share screen, can you?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, let me just tell you what I've done here. I've noticed that there are two different types of people, basically, that we're looking to work with. Obviously, from the chamber perspective, we look to work with creatives, people who create projects from the ground floor upwards. And this project was developed over a 21-day period with all the resources of a group of members that came together. And our philosophy is, okay, let's get the basic platform out there, and then let's tweak and improve on a daily basis. Then I've noticed that there are other individuals that turn around and say, no, you know what, I want to see the completed vehicle before I even take a step forward. And so what I've done here is I've taken all the information that we have on our Facebook and our websites and all that, and turned it into a one-page, almost a sort of corporate explainer doc, which is everything that we have developed and discussed on a variety of our pages, but it looks more corporate with a corporate look and feel. Dawn, what do you think about this? Or Irene, who's my biggest critic here? Is it Dawn or Irene, or it's probably Ivan? Dawn, tell me, what does this look like at first impression? No, you know what, Dawn, don't tell me. Nicole, you're a first timer here, so you'll be kind to me, I'm sure. What does this look like to you as a first impression corporate doc without you reading anything?
So I'll be honest, obviously for me, just by this page, I find it a little bit easier compared to the PowerPoint presentation, as well as the YouTube video. So for me, this is easier to read and understand.
Okay, good. So thank you very much. That is the rocket they've been giving me for the last 2 weeks. Produce this document or you're fired. And that's, so,
no, I think it's just easier. All the information is in one place, and it's for me, like, you know, there's structure to it, and I can see, okay, if I want to learn more about, you know, the information, there's the link, there's the benefits. Like, it's just a lot easier for me to sort of put everything together from an understanding point of view.
Okay, that's fantastic. So Dawn, your comment?
Yeah, I think being condensed like that is a lot easier to follow, Trevor. Yeah, I think as we said, there's a learning curve. So we progressing each day by day, and each member that comes onto our chat, we learn something else, and it's a progression because we haven't done this before. So I think where we're going with this is awesome, and I think what you've condensed there looks good.
Well, can I then, and is there another critic? I only see 4 on the right here. I thought I saw Dylan on earlier. Dylan, are you around?
Yes, Trevor, I am, yeah. Thank you very much. I'm having a look at the document.
Okay. Well, let me go through it, Dylan, and then give me a comment at the end, because I know you've given us some great constructive criticism and critique. I won't use it as criticism. You've given us really good critique. So we've taken that on board, and we will do that every single day when people put some things in. So what I've extracted here is an about page, and that the virtual trade fair is an online or virtual replica of a traditional physical trade fair, meaning that we haven't gone out there to replace the exhibition, expo, conferencing industry. Myself personally, and I think everyone that's in the development team, do not believe that that industry is dead in the water. I think it's been a really unfortunate situation that has happened out of COVID, and our first opportunity and target is to help people get through this real disastrous period and back into business in some way. I mean, we don't want someone sitting at home because people physically can't get to a hotel or where they used to be. So we've designed this as a platform as a stopgap measure to help people get into viewing business products and services. And that was the second point, that the virtual trade fair is an online virtual marketing exhibition platform to promote business products and services to a broad market of consumers. And I noticed that that was picked up, I believe it's Nicole, right? That she saw that it was broad, but having said that, it's broad with us being able to set many vertical niches out of that broad horizontal mix. Now, I've also seen that people have difficulty in that. They seem to be thinking in the traditional way, we've got to have niched concepts, and we're just thinking out of the box. If you want a niche concept, then you come in and you select a spot in the box and you become the driver of that niche concept. This is an opportunity for creatives to build different businesses and create while we've got this opportunity to do it. Then I've put in there virtual trade fair includes the comprehensive information desk, and I've given a website link, exhibitors directory, exhibitor booths, auditorium networking, marketing resource center, and goodie bags. And I've included the benefits include, and Dylan, stop me if you think I'm talking rubbish here, help me out with the construction of this document, okay? Consumers get to experience the virtual trade fair from the comfort of their own homes. They gain instant access to any promotional collateral exhibitors, to any promotional collateral that exhibitors provide. I'm going to put that in there, from print brochures to videos to live talks and webinars for later viewing. 3, there's a broad mix of consumers attracted by the collective of all exhibitors' invitations of their databases to visit the event. So our thinking behind this is, man, let's go after 1,000 people that are, or who are influencers in the marketplace that are not able to attract people to their businesses. And let's just assume that they have 1,000 people in their contact networks. If they invite those 1,000 people times 1,000 exhibitors, we've got 1 million visitors. I mean, we've got 1 million potential visitors who come in if we all work collectively and collaboratively. So it's a new concept, and that's what we've got to get people to actually understand the potential benefit of that. And for a wider audience of local, national, and global consumers who may have been restricted from attending by physical distance, that's a no-brainer. All of a sudden we realized when we developed this, we were developing it for our Four Ways Business Chamber members, but then everyone turned around and said, but you know, anyone, regardless of where they are in Africa or around the world, can get involved in this, and there were no limitations. And then, of course, it's time saving. There's no staff time required for pre-event setup, manning, post-event breakdown. This is all the input that came to us from the specialists, Dawn and Irene and Alex, who have been involved in the industry for years, and that it's cost effective. So we've deliberately priced it to encourage maximum return on investment for exhibitors and visitors. And if I may finish with the last 2 paragraphs, the virtual trade fair is a classic in that in every crisis lies an opportunity. So it's a classic story, and recognizing the devastating impact of the national lockdown on all businesses, in particular the expo exhibition industry and the retail mall sector, both vital marketing platforms for many businesses. Business members at Four Ways Community Chamber of Commerce, and there's the link to go and have a look who we are, set about identifying member resources to develop an innovative stopgap measure for all businesses to utilize as soon as possible. And then the virtual trade fair was developed within the first 21 days of SA's national lockdown, deliberately designed to be simple, affordable, and cost-effective. So we haven't gone for the bells and whistles and top of the range Mercedes, Volvo, whatever you want. We've designed it so that everyone, that number one, it can get to market quickly, and that it's affordable and cost effective for everyone, for maximum participation of exhibitors and visitors. And it's viewed as a continuing work in progress model to accommodate feedback, new ideas, innovations, and improvements. And you can go to the Facebook site just to catch up on any daily updates that we do there on that Facebook site. Dylan, what do you think?
I think it's very nicely put together, point by point. It gives me a lot more to see and present to potential exhibitors. You know, it gives a structure to everything, which is great. So you know, really well done on that. It definitely gives a structure. You know, the only thing I still see a little bit from my side, and the questions I'm getting, is visitors. Yeah, you've got it down there, which is great. A wider audience, local, national. Sorry, a broad mix of. Where did we put that? Where the exhibitors vouch their database, which is great. I think that's great as well. It's not traditionally, but I mean, it's also marketing to get people buzzing about coming to visit it. You know, that's the main thing. People have to see a return on their investment. And maybe just some sort of tool that they could measure the return on investment. Generally, that's quite difficult within exhibitions, but maybe there is something for how many people that came to visit, how many people went to their stand, what was that convert. So, you know, moving forward, if you've got a return on investment sort of a tool, you can add those into the figures and show moving forward, there we go, this is what you actually get out of this event, and you can show them factually in figures. You know, that's just something is a tool
idea
that they can measure.
Yeah, and I think that Ivan and Gavin were talking about the analytics that actually come out of this. Ivan, can you remember, I'm the non-technical guy here. And on top of this, please, Dylan and anybody, these we just throw out to you so that you can work with them as a basic grounding tool and improve them and come back to us, and we tweak and improve on a daily basis. Okay.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, good. So yeah, look, there's definitely analytics in the background which can be made available to exhibitors. You know, one of the simplest, obviously, is you know, any product that is actually purchased through the system is automatically registered as a sale. So we'll be able to tell, and I mean, obviously the exhibitors themselves will know what their sales are because they go directly to them. But you know, that's all available. So you know, product click-throughs on any of the hotspots on their exhibits and their stands will be registered. Visitors to videos, downloads of promotional material, all of that's tracked. So you know, all of that can be given as feedback, and you know, those kind of things, you know, you clearly can't do in a physical environment, but we've got the ability to, and we are tracking all of that in this particular environment. So yeah, we'll be able to give that kind of feedback, absolutely. I'd just like to pop across to Eugene, because I think, Eugene, we were also talking the other day about some of the challenges trying to encourage people to sign up. Were you on for that whole run through that Trevor did on the About thing there?
Yes, yeah. So I think it's quite good there because it breaks it down in one area. So it explains a little bit more in detail, which is great. And I think it is going to help. And yeah, so it's just consolidating all that information into one area, which I think is going to make it a lot easier. So that's great. Yeah. Good.
Okay, so what we'll also do, sorry, I'll come back to you now, Eugene. So what we'll also do is, I mean, there's a shortened version of that on the website at the moment. I'll get that full draft from Trevor after this session and update the website. So it'll be on the website as well. You'll be able to just go to the menu and click About, and that document will be available there as well. So yeah, okay, sorry, back to you, Eugene.
No, it's cool. Just excuse me today, they're busy burning sugarcane, so I'm under the weather.
Oh, yeah, okay, that causes lots of smoke and heat, yeah. Good. Okay, I see Desiree has joined us. Good morning, Desiree. Are you awake this morning? Got up in time to join us today. Good. Okay, so any other comments or questions on the situation as we've said now? Maybe we just go around the group quickly. Let's start with Dawn. Dawn, from your side.
Thank you. I just wanted to also just chat to Nicole about the promotion. If you become a promoter, I'm sure Tanya did mention that if you become a promoter and you bring other exhibitors on, everyone that signs up, you'll get a 15% commission on everyone that you sign up. So that's another platform or avenue for you to look at as well.
Great, thanks, Dawn. Okay, let's pop down to Desiree, seeing that she's joined us. Not sure where you came in the discussion, Desiree. I know it wasn't up front, but glad to have you here this morning. And Desiree's been working very hard in the background and putting together some additional promotional stuff. So maybe you can tell us briefly about that. Your microphone, yeah.
Okay, so basically I created an ad that was basically explaining the vision of the virtual trade fair. And what the ad basically does is tell you what the virtual trade fair is about and how it can assist your business in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I put it together, and because I realized that most of the time when we're going through our timelines, we're not really interested in viewing a picture and viewing scripts. Like if you like when you see a video, it kind of impresses you, especially if the content is very colorful or endearing. Something that would like you'd be interested in, especially if you introduce other elements. Apart from
Desiree, I don't know if it's just me, but your sound is really breaking up. I don't know if everybody's experiencing the same problem there. Battling to hear you, but
okay. So basically, what I'm going to be doing with my team, we're going to be distributing the video to different social media platforms. Hence, I was asking for the different passwords and stuff like that. We're going to be putting it on our storyboards. I've got marketing companies that are going to be assisting on that platform, on their platforms, so that it becomes marketed from there as well. Apart from on my platform, because I own a company called Distinctia, and we also do promotional material for other companies. So our platform also has a following. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it on our YouTube platforms as well as obviously on yours, and then we'll come back with different concepts. Another thing that I also thought about was a competition. To engage with the crowd, that we can maybe set up, and maybe the winner would gain a spot. But then it would also have to be a competition that would get people talking. So I was thinking that maybe we could ask people to take a video of themselves explaining their company in the most creative ways from home. And then the video that gets the most the most rates would win a spot there. What this would do, it would get more people talking about us regardless, and that is the point. And then others, obviously, that wouldn't be interested in the whole competition, but would be interested in being a part of it, would then purchase tickets. So it's kind of like marketing in different kind of ways. And then another way that I was also thinking about marketing is through targeted marketing for areas, because I was thinking more of branching out to African companies. So if we could have more African companies on us, then what we could do for attendees, we could then get attendees from all over the world to come and see what Africa has to offer, basically. So this would be a platform for also inventors as well, that wanna be like, that wanna get clientele from all over the world, that want to get discovered. People would get potential partners through this. And this is something that we would have created, like as an establishment. Going forward, we would be raising the economy at the same time. So I was thinking about it in that, yeah.
Great, fantastic. Thanks, Desiree. Trevor, do you want to comment on that?
Oh, man, I just love Desiree. I tell you, having had a look at the seed, the kernel of an idea, and turn around and saying, hey, man, you old guys don't even know how big this thing is. And Desiree just turned around and said, I've got this. You leave it to me. She's come back to us. She's produced ads. She's going for it. Man, I want to see her make a fortune out of this concept. Yeah, Desiree, I love you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great. Good. Okay, so I think we're going to start to wrap up now. We are at the bottom of the hour, so maybe just a last word from you, Irene, if there's anything.
Yes, Trevor, this video that Desiree made, is that also going to go onto the website?
Yeah, I must apologize to Desiree. She sent stuff through and I had a particularly busy day yesterday. So I'm just going to go through that material right now after this. I know that Ivan has been connecting with Desiree on our joint behalf, but there are a couple of things that I just want to double check on it and confirm. And I think by 3 o'clock I'll have a decision. But I think we've got to respect Desiree first. Just make certain that we I want to make certain that I'm not standing on Desiree's toes because she's put the effort in, and I want her to have first mover advantage on whatever she's produced and ask her permissions, etc. going forward. So those are a couple of the little things I want to clarify in the background.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Trevor. Thanks, Desiree.
Great, thanks, Irene. Eugene, any final comments from your side?
No, not at the moment. I thinking of doing something which I'll share with you guys on Monday, which I think will be quite exciting. And yeah, but I don't want to share too much now. I'm just busy working on something for you guys.
Have I got to say, Eugene, I love you too?
No, it's all right.
All right.
Buy me a beer.
At Siggy's, yes, done.
Yes, we'll send it via email. Good. Dylan, any final thoughts from your side?
No, all good from my side. Great to catch up again. It's also been a bit of a hectic week, so good to catch up again. I think the main thing is try and get out and sell. And the more we know what we're selling, the more we understand about what we're selling, and we can get people excited about it, the more we can sell that concept to them. And I think that's where we're going to at the moment, which is great.
Fantastic. Thanks, Dylan. And Nicole, a final word from your side?
I'd just like to know, so if I had any further questions, who would I direct those questions to?
Okay, well, you can direct them to this forum. We're on every weekday, 12 to 12:30, so you're absolutely welcome to pop in here. You can drop us an email. I think you got invited by, you said Tracy, was it?
Tanya.
Tanya, sorry. Was that one of your connections, Dawn? Yeah. Okay, so either, any of the forums, so you can go via Tanya through to Dawn, you can come onto this forum. Yeah, there's no hierarchy, no restrictions, no rules. Feel free to engage in whatever way you want. As you can see, Desiree's taking over, so maybe you need to talk to Desiree, maybe she'll be the boss in a couple of days' time, or perhaps Eugene, if his idea is really good on Monday, we don't know. But
Okay.
it's all good. So yeah, no, that's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I think that's it for today. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with more innovations, more news, more updates, and more progress. So have a great day further and chat tomorrow. Cheers, everyone.
Well,
Thank
cheers,
you.
guys.
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.